back to the channel, everyone. It's Jane once again, and I'm back with another perfume video. Today, I have a fairly new fragrance from Australian perfume house Goldfield & Banks. This was released last year in 2021, and this is called Sunset Hour. I believe they recently came out with their 2022 fragrance already called Purple Suede. This is the one they released before that. Until recently, Goldfield & Banks has limited distribution, but lately, aside from no niche retailers, I've seen the brand sold at the Harrods website and other big department store websites as well. Locally, I have not found any local retailer yet. This 10ml travel spray I bought direct from their Australian website, shipped to here via ShippingCart. Please check the description box if you want to find out how. Reason I became super interested in Sunset Hour is because this is being compared to Valentino's Born in Roma, which I like but I find a little too thick for tropical weather and somehow difficult to wear. In the website, it says that Goldfield & Banks perfumes are tested under extreme humid weather conditions. Ding ding ding! I just have to try this one. And so, if you'd like to hear my thoughts on this perfume, then please keep watching. I will paste a photo of the actual bottle for reference, as what I have here is a pretty standard looking 10ml travel spray of Sunset Hour. If you own or plan to own the full-size bottle, this little travel spray is good to own, as you can easily refill this to bring with you along in your purse, or reuse and refill with another perfume as you wish. I like that this isn't disposable. Sunset Hour is an aromatic fruity fragrance, unisex targeted, and comes in Eau de Parfum concentration. The perfumer is Honorine Blanc. She's one of the noses behind Black Opium and its flankers, Kilian's Princess Rose de Mai, Yes I Am by Cacharel, including the latest flanker called Yes I Am Delicious. So notes listed on this are pear, mandarin, desert peach or guandong, jasmine, green mango, ginger, coconut cream, pink pepper, sandalwood musk, and vanilla. With interesting note combination like this, you'd have guessed that this fragrance is not going to be too simple. Yet, and I will say it now, this is easy to wear, which surprised me a lot. The opening is very fruity like a fresh fruit punch. In fact, this fruity character runs throughout the life of this fragrance. If you do not like sweet, juicy, fruity perfumes with a slight tart kick that's not coming from citrus, then the opening might not really entice you. Goldfield & Banks uses ingredients uniquely grown in Australia, and in this fragrance, that ingredient is guandong or desert peach. I suppose that's a whole inspiration for this fruity composition. And that non-citrus tartness I get is probably the green mango note added to this. You know how when you take a bite into fresh green mangoes, your very first bite, and get the sensation behind your ears and jaw because of the acidity? That's the kind of tartness I speak of. The only other perfume I know with green mango in is Un Jardin sur le Nil from Hermes, a perfume in my wishlist as well. The tart phase though is fairly short-lived, and as this develops, and although the fruits are still very much detectable, some floral notes join in and softens that fruitiness out. It is also at this point that this fragrance becomes sweeter and a creamier scent on skin. As I'd guessed, the vanilla starts to come through more. The vanilla here I really like. It is not your full-on gourmand vanilla. It is more of a benzoin-like vanilla to me, which is deep yet tame. A sweetness with ambery resinous edge. Along with the sweet vanillic touches coming through is a very noticeable warm spicy kick, most likely the ginger note. It is not a full-on spicy ginger, more like a warm, spicy, comforting undertone. Pink pepper, I do not get much. Perhaps it is a supporting note. There's also a very light herbal undertone to this fragrance at this point. I'm not sure if it is the coconut cream that does this. Fresh coconut cream has a bit of an herbal smell to it to me. It is a very interesting, unique face to me of this fragrance, but also quite short-lived, as this goes on to become a fluffier, musky, sweet, lightly fruity scent in the dry down. This I will not categorize as edible, smelling, delicious, or gourmand. A lot of people get woody accords. On me, I don't. I will not even label this woody at all. The sandalwood I get is the creamy type 1. Now on to this burning question. Is this a Donna Born in Roma? Smell alike? Well, to me, not very much. They belong to the same sweet, fruity fragrance category, but Born in Roma is definitely more vanilla-centric, sweeter, and denser. They have a similar fruity undertone and approach the same musky sweet skin scent in the deep dry down. Other fragrances I can think of are YSL's Mon Paris, but this one does not have patchouli. Jessica Simpson's Fancy is also similar minus the caramel and gourmand notes. This is also a lot less sweet. In the same category is La Belle Eau de Parfum, but this has a fresher fruity opening unlike the straight up syrupy sweetness of pear in La Belle. None of the fragrances I've mentioned are really close to Sunset Hour, but if you gravitate towards those fragrances, you might find Sunset Hour to your liking. This is a moderate projector at best. Even when oversprayed, the scent will not fill a room, but you bring a nice little scent cloud with you at least in the first hour of spray. I did not receive any compliments with masks on and social distancing protocols. My husband though prefers this over Born in Roma when compared side by side. This is a skin scent on me at the 4th to 5th hour mark. On my hair, this I can still smell coming home from work in the evening. I had to respray twice during the day to top up. I purchased this 10 ml for 45 Australian dollars. The 50 ml goes for 145 and the 100 ml bottle sells for 235 Australian dollars. If you're interested to sample first, there is a carded sample for sale in the website for 7 Australian dollars. This is not a freshie, but at no point in the life of the perfume that I find this too thick or heavy or dense. I tested this out once in the evening and once during a cloudy rainy day in tropical climate, and I must say I enjoyed this one immensely. You might get the impression that this is going to be another syrupy, sweet, fruity perfume much like Donna Born in Roma and YSL Mon Paris, Jessica Simpson's Fancy, JPG's La Belle, Flower Bomb, and all other similar fragrances in this genre. Those really and some cloyingly sweet, fruity fragrances that are fairly linear. This isn't one of those. This has more depth and character, but at the same time light and thin. And I will probably never label this as cloying. That coming from me who lives in tropical climate and a lover of freshies. My threshold for sweet smells is pretty low. To me, the sweetness here serves to round out this fragrance and not here to take the composition over. To me, the sweetness goes back and forth, so it balances the fruity character yet brings it out just the same. This is an easy spray for me, as you can see from the dent that I've put on this 10 ml. Look at this dent, and I've only tested this out twice. I will probably never wear this in high heat though. Having said all that, I do not think this fragrance is all too unique in that if you have other sweet, fruity fragrances, you probably don't need this one. If you live somewhere tropical, this is a good one to own if you love deeper, sweeter, more fruity than floral scents that has an airy bounce about it. This is unisex targeted but leans feminine to my nose. I see this worn casually every day. Fruity perfumes always have a fun and playful edge about them. This is something chill and relaxed and definitely great for sunset hour onwards, like its name. I got away wearing this on a rainy day, great for daytime wear during cooler seasons for you guys in temperate countries. Overall, rating this perfume an 8 over 10. Not super unique, not my typical kind of fragrance, but this is surprisingly enjoyable. Not a must-own, but a must-try if you're into sweet, almost syrupy, and fruity, slightly aromatic, slightly floral perfume, but the kind that does not smell too much of vanilla or syrup or gourmand notes. Safe to blind buy? Well, as I always say, best to sample first. This may not wow you on first try, so I suggest you wait for it to develop. Also, if you're looking for something to last very long, this may not be for you. Sample and skin so you can test out performance as well. Full bottle worthy? Yes to me if you do not own anything similar. If you gravitate towards fruity perfumes, if you can't seem to make something like Born in Roma work for you, maybe this will. I will likely get a bottle once I run out of this 10 ml. Goldfield and Banks perfumes are becoming more well-known and more popular these days. Some of you may have tested this out already or own a bottle already. Please share your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you haven't, are you looking to try this one? And with that, I thank you all for joining me today. I hope you found today's video informative or enjoyable. And if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet and click the bell icon to be notified of future videos. I have a couple more 2022 perfume releases to share with you in the next couple of days, so please stay tuned. Take care y'all, smell your absolute best, and see you in the next video. Bye!